Yeah! Hi there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's episode we're going to be picking up with a couple of jobs on the Jag. So the first thing we're going to be doing is putting back what we can of the interior. So as you can see, there's the carpet, the passenger seat and a few other bits and pieces of trim. But also as well, we're going to be looking to be fitting on some replacement front wings. Now I've not got a lot of time today because I've got to go and get Reggie in a couple of hours, so chances are I probably won't be able to do both jobs today, but I'll make sure that we get both jobs included in this particular video, even if it means that we've got to pick up the second job on a different day. So we haven't got much time. We better get cracking on and fit what we can of the interior to begin with. Now, in order for me to have been able to have gotten the car back home from the garage, what I of course needed to do was to refit this seat. But I am conscious that there are one or two bits still under the carpet that need to be sorted out, and in order for me to be able to do that, I need to get this seat back out, so that's what we're going to do first. TX40 to begin with. Right, so this is a bit of a weird feeling, trying to drive this car with no seats. Sounds a bit scrapey. Ooh, fuck was that? That wasn't a good sound. What the hell was that? I better check that. That didn't sound good. Okay, all my wheel liners all come out now. Bollocks. Who needs that anyway? So that's the interior pretty much done. What do you think, pal?
It broke.
It's broke?
Yeah.
Thanks, mate. Well, hopefully it'll be on the road to recovery now. What do you think? Do you want to give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Yeah! Right, okay then guys, so yeah, that's the interior done. I'm going to get the wings done another day. I'm going to leave it for now, so we'll pick that up later in the video. Okay, so it's been a couple of weeks since I did the interior of the car, so the next task is going to be replacing the two front wings. Now, these are the replacements. As you can see, they are in fabulous condition, really good. There's no rust on them anywhere, and in fact, if you actually even look on the undersides, they've actually got a nice oil film on them, so they should be able to be kept in very good condition. Now, because I've got issues with the wheel linings, particularly in this case, this one's actually not on the car at the minute. The other one is still to be sort of fixed on. It's a little bit loose at the minute. I think easiest thing for me to do would be to get the wheels off for each one that we tackle. So we're going to do this one first. So the wing, as you can see, is obviously loose, but just for the purposes of driving home I attached it here and here, so we're going to take those two off just to get this wing off. Don't forget you've got the indicator on the back. That one. Can now get a really good look at the work that Dave has done on the underside of the car, on the floor, bit of the sill, and then this section of the bulkhead as well, and it's all nice and solid. He really has done a great job. Right, okay, so I've got to put this inner lining back, so we've got like a few holes here just to put the push clips in, obviously where they are along here as well. And these are the 6 clips that I'll be using just to push in like that with my thumb. That one in first. And this one. Right, so I've discovered a small problem. So I've got clips in all these up here, but this one and this one, the holes look like they've actually been filled in when Dave's done the repair work. So it might be that I've got to drill a couple of new holes. Problem is I don't know exactly where they've got to go, so what I think I need to do is try and get this lining sort of lined up roughly where it sort of follows the sill and the wing, and once I've done that, then I'll know pretty much where it is that I've got to put the holes. So I think what I'll do is I'll leave that bit for now. So for the drain pipe, it looks as if I've got to feed it through this little bracket piece here, and through the hole at the back to obviously come out here. There we go. That seems to look alright. I reckon there's probably a hole here, and then I'm going to shove that over somewhere around there as well. Let's get the wing on first, and then we can obviously see what it looks like afterwards. So just remember, before we put the wing on, we've got to plug in the indicator. So you can just see there where the top of my thumb is, there's that tiny little recess bit, and that lines up with the little tab that's just here on the top. Hold the bulb in place as you try and press. Now before we actually start putting any of these bolts in, what I want to do first of all is just check that this indicator is actually working. Bullseye. So now that we've established that the indicator works, let's get the top 4 bolts on this wing. Now as you can see, the wing does still move at the top for the moment. So I haven't tightened them fully down. What I want to do is get the others in place first before I tighten everything up properly. Right, I probably will take this clip back out because now that I've got the wing on, trying to get access behind here is a bit tricky because of the linings here. I've actually got a couple of bolts at the back here, so I'm probably going to take this one back out again so that I've got better access. I'm going to take this pipe back out as well because it's still not really helped. It's snagging on there. Yeah, that's definitely better. So just for reference purposes, this is the old wing. And they're the 2 holes that I'm now needing to put bolts into on the new wing. So if we were to go just on the inside, you can see the holes are there and there. So a little tricky to get to, but I'm sure we can manage. Yeah, that's both of them in. Got this one at the bottom as well. And the last 2 are these 2 here, just between the front of the wing and the front bumper. Little tight, these. Okay, so the 2 on the inside there, the 1 at the bottom, the 2 in there, and then the 4 running across the top. We'll just get a spanner onto those and get them tightened up. Put the drain pipe back into the hole in there and get the rest of the lining back. Pipe through the hole first and into the bracket like that. Now when it came to actually buying the wings, I remember when I looked at the pictures of them, they had mud guards on them. Now when he actually sold them to us, he took the guards off. It's not really a big issue because, of course, my old ones had got mud guards anyway. And what's actually really convenient is that because of the mud that had built up behind both mine here on the sill and the ones that were on the new wings, I've actually got a point of reference to line this up for when I put them on, so that's what we're going to do now. So what we've got here is a clip. You can see these jagged edges, and this is what holds the clip into this little holder, but I need to obviously pull it out in order for me able to hook this around sort of the edges of the wing here. So that one is partially out, so what I'm doing now is trying to get this one out. A bit awkward, but I'm trying to use this, sort of see if I can hook it out. I think it's starting to come out. Come on. There we go. So the little sort of rubber inserts for these hook things here, there's one there and one there. So I've actually looped them over the edge of the wing just here. And as you can see, look, the hole for this guard and that little hole in the wheel lining will match up perfectly. So that should look pretty good when it's all on. So we'll put this screw in first and tighten that up, and once we've got that in, then I'll put those metal clips on. It's pretty good. So as you can see on each of these, you've got like these little sort of double slots, and that'll be where those little pegs go into, so it obviously goes that way round on each one. Might need a bit of persuasion. Bullseye. Okay, so the next thing that we now need to do is we need to get this bumper mount reattached. So we've got these 2 holes at the top, and then further down There's also that one just there as well. So we'll get those attached next. Let's get the easy one in first. This one at the back is a little bit fiddlier. So I'm going to need this complete contraption in order to get to that one at the bottom. Now some of you may be wondering, why did I not just take this complete front bumper off? Because what it would have meant, I could have gotten easier access to the 2 bolts here that hold this wing on, plus it would have meant that I wouldn't have needed to have taken this front bumper mount off. Well, there's a simple reason for it, and it's to do with these 2 bolts. Now, where they go are in here and in here. So as you can see, look, there's like a sleeve inside, which they thread into. Now, what I believe has happened here is that these sleeves have actually seized up and they're anchoring the bumper to the bumper mounts, which is why it's not been able to come off. Now, someone did say to us, why didn't I just take the sleeves out completely? And that probably would have resulted in me getting the bumper off. Problem being is that when it came to putting it back, I might not have been able to put the sleeves in, and that would have been a real big problem. So that's why I left them in and why I chose to take the bolts off in the way that I did. So just here we've got the, I think it's the brake cooler duct. So there's a small piece of trim that just obviously needs to go into that, so that's what we're going to put on now. Fantastic. So overall, the inner lining here on this wheel arch is looking pretty solid, even in the area where there would ordinarily be these 2 clips. I think it's because it's been anchored in really well where this mudguard is. You can see, look, it ain't going anywhere, so I think I'm going to just leave it at that. I think we'll just get the wheel put on. Well, I have to say I'm rather pleased with how that's come out. Everything's gone in as it should. Colour match ain't too bad either. I purposefully bought ones that were Brooklands green in the first place so that I didn't have to do a respray of them, but I think if I just give that a bit of a clean, I think that's going to match quite nicely. Yeah, really pleased. No, pal. Got a new wing on.
Are we?
Yeah, we have. Do you want to help Daddy with put the other one on?
No.
Let's do it. Right then guys, all interior back and front wings on, as well as a few other bits and pieces. So we've had a cracking result. It's been really good. So I hope you guys of course enjoyed this particular video. If you did like it, what do you do, Reg? Give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you'd like to put forward any comments on what you thought of the video, let us know. Let us know how you thought I got on, if I did anything wrong, if you like what you saw, anything at all, please feel free to do so. Any emails you want to send us, details of my email address is in the description below, as is the other social media platforms that I have. And of course, if you would like to subscribe to our channel, please hit the subscribe button. We'd really appreciate all the support that you guys can give to us. Makes a massive difference.
Beep.
Exactly, Reg. So if you'd like to support us, please subscribe to our channel. Right, that's the Jag nicely parked. Beep beep.
I can't beep it.
You can't beep it, never mind. So we're well on our way now into getting this Jag sorted out. Obviously still one or two bits and pieces to sort out. We've got the door trims that I don't know whether or not I'll be replacing these or whether I'll try and see if I can fix the originals. And then of course there's the anti-roll bar link pins, and there's the issue with that driver's front brake. So we'll get those bits sorted in another video or two hopefully. But until next time guys, thank you very much for tuning in and your continued support as ever, and we'll see you in the next episode. From me and Reggie, take care of yourself. See you later. Cheers, bye bye.